So here we are on a Saturday, Sunday afternoon, and something was just going through my mind, partly through somebody I spoke to this week, one of you guys actually. I'm here to talk about self-sabotage. It is a real thing, it happens to all of us. I think I'm somewhat experiencing it, but it's kind of that limiting belief in your head that stops you from achieving things. So when you're getting closer to a goal, the self-sabotage kicks in and kind of tries to revert you back to where you were before, right? So if it was a weight loss goal, for example, you may find that you've lost X amount, let's call it 5 kilos just for argument's sake. So you've lost 5 kilos, you think that's a great progress from where you have been before, but yet your inner head and your inner voice goes, yes, but you're still not done being the old you, and therefore you kind of like switch off and disengage. So that's kind of like a weight loss example of self-sabotage. It really comes and stems from that identity that you have within yourself, like who you are as a person. So for example, personally speaking, me, Johnny, as the coach, health and fitness expert, I've been doing that for long enough now that is my identity, that is who I am, that is part of me. Zuzu, for example, we are together because our identities are kind of somewhat matched. So if we go to the pub or we go out drinking, we're okay to either pass on drinks or set ourselves up so that it's not going to be a detrimental effect on us. I've written some notes down, so just bear with me when I do look down. It's not anything else other than just note taking. It's kind of somewhat your inner head, when you get these self-sabotage moments, treating you like you're not worthy of that success. And that's where the identity comes in. Like who you are as a person, who you're going to be. Well, I'm not worthy of that weight loss. I'm not worthy of looking that good. I'm not worthy of anything. From me personally, kind of business-wise, I've got the other thing locked down, but business-wise I have self-sabotage moments. I have imposter syndrome where I feel maybe that I'm not good enough, not qualified to say these things and say the right messages. And it's just doing things over time, right? So this week's been really, really good for me. Here I am back in the group with a video. Oh, I know I've been taking care of you somewhat in WhatsApp and through those messages, but I just want to take it to another level and give you some more insight into little things along this journey. And ultimately, this self-sabotage talk, try saying that 3 times quickly, is just your old programming, like your old self. So if we were talking about this same example, you've lost 5 kg, then your friends ask you to come to the pub with you. Your old programming is that you have a few drinks, or you have half or a whole bottle of wine, and then the pork scratching has come out, and the crisps are there on the table, and then you end up having a burger, and etc, etc, etc. And that's the old programming. The new programming then becomes the new identity. So once you have that in you, and the new identity is being formed, the new you, which is the new programming, maybe has a rum, lime and soda, or a vodka, lime and soda, and doesn't have the pork scratchings, or has the rum, soda and lime, and has the crisps and the scratchings because you've offset it. And that's kind of like the new programming. And these thoughts aren't ever going to disappear. They're going to be with you forever. They're going to come up in relationships, in business, in work, in health and fitness. And it's just making sure you're aware of them and understanding that that's what's happening. So maybe you've progressed really well, and then all of a sudden you're not quite sure what's going on. Maybe it's the self-sabotage talk. Maybe it's that old programming still trying to catch up with you in your head. And this is Russell Brand's words, not mine. It's he says, break your vow to mediocrity. And I don't think he even said it was somebody else. But I was watching some videos on him, and yeah, it stood out for me. Like, are you happy just being the average Joe? Not any Joes in here yet, but maybe. Are you happy just being average, being mediocre? Or do you know you can be more? Do you deserve more? Can you be better? It's about being the best version of yourself, not necessarily chasing massive arms and six-pack abs and all that kind of stuff. Again, personally speaking, for me, that was one of the goals that I always wanted when I was slightly younger, just getting involved into sports, wanted like an athletic figure, and that led to wanting a six-pack. It was actually more about an athletic physique and feeling confident in myself walking around. It wasn't that I wanted those 6 things per se. So you kind of really need to get in your own head and address what it is that's stopping you from achieving that next step. And we can do that through journaling, watching your behavior, and actually these things are your purpose, your self-esteem, all these things that it might be affecting. And ultimately what happens is you end up causing chaos in your life. So again, personally, for me, I had a business a few years ago with a best friend, and we basically fell out, and then the business didn't work. Maybe it wasn't the falling out or the business's fault, but maybe they were both intertwined in the same respect as to the reason why, or a reason why it didn't work. So I'd been let down in my other business by a few people, and maybe I wasn't ready to address that, and that's the reason it failed. But it was self-sabotage. The wisdom, something profound to leave you on, the wisdom is in the information, right? And maybe that's why you haven't got the result beforehand, but you are going to now. It's recognizing these moments, and that's why I'm so big on the journaling type thing. You can do it in the morning, you can do it in the evening, whenever you want, but it's really important to recognize these moments when you do have these slip-ups. Like I say, like weight targets, or they're more of a specific thing, but let's talk about feelings and talking about things in a positive light, like how much stronger you are, fitter you are, not necessarily like how much lighter you are, but it's all these things that we want to compound to turn the old programming, the old you, which, as I've said before, is identity. It's your identity. It's who you are as a person. What does Johnny do? What does Johnny do when nobody's looking? What does Johnny do when he's not on Instagram? What does Johnny do when he's not doing one of these videos or speaking to one of you guys? I still do the same things that I talk about. I just do them in private. It all becomes way more mindset than anything you've ever experienced before. Most of it is maybe not even 80%, maybe it's 99%, 97% mindset. And once you start to understand that, your identity behind who you want to become, and that's why maybe things haven't worked in the past. Maybe that's why things might not feel like they're working as much as they could be at the moment, because there's that element of self-doubt, self-sabotage, just maybe not that level of understanding in that circle. So when you come around that self-sabotage circle, you want to intercept it with something. Just recognize that you're going to be doing it. Oh, the weather's good. Oh, whatever, I've done so well anyway. No, stop that. We can do better. We can be better. Just something to leave you with. Hope that helps. As always, let me know your biggest takeaway in the comments. And this hopefully will be the last plan you ever do, as I always say. Following through with my message, as it were. As always, any other questions that you've got, it could be about any other topic, message me privately on WhatsApp or stick it in the group here, and I'll be happy to help. I can't help or give any insights necessarily until we experience said problems, much like this video. Peace.